what I known you from the moment I met you till now, you've never stopped. You've never stopped.
A lot of it is because, I still deal with disappointment.
Of course.
As everyone else.
Yeah.
A lot of it is because I've invested so much time, money, effort, thinking, so much, and it's like, dude, I really want to just throw that all away.
Yeah.
So like, it gets emotional talking about it, just because, like, just me going what I've gone through. Like, I can only imagine people who got it worse. So in a sense, you gotta like be grateful.
Whatever you heard of me ain't worthy to me. I'm just too cutthroat, verbal surgery. How you claim to know that stuff when your shelf's too high? I keep mine's at eye level. What you trying to hide? Peace, 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 beautiful family. This is Dr. Walter Hidalgo, and this is the Know Thyself podcast. The Know Thyself podcast utilizes the metaphor of the shelf in order to extrapolate the self. And the way we do that is we invite people to come in and share something about themselves. And it's good to be back with y'all once again. I'm super happy and grateful for the feedback, the love. We're doing this together, and I think it's dope that, with every person that comes here, we learn a lot about ourselves, or ourselves, right? So as we always do, I want to give a quick shout out to a couple sponsors and people that we're rocking with. I want to give a big shout out to my brother Steve and his 2020 collections. I'm actually wearing his shirt right here, so shout out to him, right? You're seeing it right here, right? Shout out to my brother June and his Zanud jewelry line. I'm wearing some of his stuff here. That's my brother. He's doing stuff with that. And if you're looking for any coaching and workshops with youth, young adults, holla at me. Just go to knowthyselftv@gmail.com, and let's connect. And whether it's virtually or in person, I have an education background, and that's my passion, in the same way it is for this brother that I have right here. So with that being said, the next thing that we always do, bless you, King, is we'd like to shout out, a group of individuals and people. And today, I want to give a big shout out to all the fathers.
Word.
All the lyrical marksmen, aka the MC. And I also want to give a shout out, because we talked a lot about this family, and it's so important for me, right? But it's never about me, it's about us. It's that entrepreneurial spirit. You know what I'm saying? We were just talking about this family. I got with me someone that I love, I respect, I admire, and I'm humbled to know. My brother Rob, aka Rxb. What's good, King?
What's going on? Rob Roman.
Yes, sir.
Rxman. Shout out to Walter. Thank you. That was a great introduction to this podcast when we were on it. So
you know what I'm saying? Yo, my brother Rob, I've known him for a minute. But before I go deep, what's the Rxb? The Rxman. Break that down to us, because I feel like I'm reading like an eye chart, my brother.
So if you go to Siri and you be like, "Hey Siri, who is this?" It's gonna say Rxb Rxman, but in reality, it's just Rob Roman swapping the O's for the X's.
Interesting.
So I guess through my transition in branding, I think when you met me, I was image MVP with 2 eyes, right?
Yes, facts.
So it's
facts.
like, when it comes to branding, it's like, alright, how can I find you, etc.? Where are you? Oh yeah, it's IMAGEN like Nancy, V,
right.
like Victor, Patriot, you know what I'm saying? So it used to like just be almost like a tongue twister, just for people to find me and just to introduce myself, performing or anything music wise. So I then one of my favorite bars is my real name, my rap shit. So you know, I was like, oh, Rob Roman. So I had regular Rob Roman, but there's a Rob Roman in Texas. I think it's a guitarist or something like that.
Yeah.
So since then, I was like, all right, let me just swap it, the O for the X, and then lo and behold, you know, you could Google that, and I'm the only thing that pops up like that. So I had that for a while, but even now, I'm possibly considering another brand change because of that reason. If you was to sit there and say, hey Siri, what song is playing? Oh, this is Pain is Temporary by Rxb Rxman. That's not what I'm known as, you know what I'm saying? So unless I can somehow hit up Amazon and say, yo, you know, this is how it is, you know, and if there's some way for me to do that, which there possibly might be, but if not, then the branding just might be easier.
This, you know, I'm hearing you, and this is like, cause you know, I don't want to give each other's age away, and I know you're younger than me, but you know what I'm saying, like you, this is part of the. I'm hearing you, and it's like this is our generation and your generation. You know what I'm saying, like that. The way you're able to like rock the algorithms, you know what I'm saying, and move and maneuver like that. Like I don't know if it's intentional or unintentional, but like it's so super strategic with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's so dope. Like I feel like that's a lot of like what's happening right now. You're they don't say, you know, ride the wave, you know, be the wave. You know what I mean? And you're doing that, yo.
Of course, it's definitely a struggle.
Yeah.
To maintain it.
Facts.
It's definitely not for everybody.
And before we go deep into that, let me step back. Let me just go back. You know, let's keep this, you know, traditional with it. Pardon me.
It's
right?
the show, man.
Yeah, it's us. You know, I'm grateful that you're here, man. And as I always do, right? Like, I like to contextualize things, so I like to bring it back. You know what I'm saying? I met you at the Pyramid, yo. I remember that. I think it was the Pyramid.
It could have been for 13 Showcase.
I don't remember, but what I remember was you were promoting Books for Beeps.
Okay. Oh.
What? Yo, that's how far. You understand?
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I don't want to go there yet because I'm going to go back to that. But I know Rob for a minute. So let's just bring it back. If we were to step back into Bill and Ted's time machine, or anyone for that matter, where would we go? What would we see? What would we smell? What does a younger, you know what I'm saying, RXB look like? You know, because you're because you are originally from where?
Originally from the Bronx.
Shout out to the X, we say.
All day, 198 Grand Concourse.
Kingsbridge.
And then I transitioned to Yonkers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in Yonkers, what's that street? I can't even remember the street. It's like, William Street, 93 William Street.
Mm-hmm. Yo, shout out to Yonkers too.
That was the building, 93 William Street.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a corner on the bottom of the hill. I was there like young though, from like 7, 8 maybe. I was only there for a few years, and then we moved to Warburton.
Okay.
And we was there for a while, like I want to say from like 12 maybe. No, I ended up coming back to the Bronx, and then I went back to Yonkers.
Okay.
And when I went back to Yonkers the second time, it was in Warburton, like that D Block, whole Jadakiss, that whole area. Yeah. I was just there for a few years, and then I came back to the Bronx, and I was on my own at that time, so I was 20, When I got first apartment.
Wow, young. How was it like as a teen? Like, what's your background? Ethnic background?
Well, I like to just say I'm human.
Yeah, facts. Yes, that's a good answer. Exactly. Yeah, I concur. I'm part of that. Yeah.
But if I have to get into specifics of the gene pool, it would be Puerto Rican post-colonization.
Speak. Oh, we're going D right now.
Right?
Okay, all right.
If I had to, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, my family's from Puerto Rico, so I'm going to say my mother's side, my father's side, if I'm not mistaken, is from Bronx.
Okay.
But they're, like, that generation, like, grew up there. I think I was the first of my mom and dad, if I'm not mistaken, to be here, born here, and raised here.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, I wasn't your average. I mean, you could say your average because I'm not the only person who not getting into the street life. Like, granted, like I saw things. Like, I'm not gonna say like, especially in the music, I'm not like oh, I saw this and that. Like, nah, I say what I saw and that was it. Like, I'm not going extra into detail or exaggerating it a bit just for entertainment purposes.
Exactly, and I'm saying this because there's a stigmatization about the Bronx and a lot of stereotypes, right? I lived out there. Shout out to the X. Shout out to Kingsbridge, and it's different. You know what I'm saying? Each borough is distinct, and including Yonkers, too. A whole different world. And they literally border each other.
It's still 90s.
Yo, Yonkers, some parts, family. But you know, they border each other, but in a lot of ways, it's almost like night and day. But they very much overlap too. Mm-hmm. But your Bronx was like.
I was in the house for a lot of my younger years, and I played baseball like year round. Okay. So that you could say was what my parents would do to keep me out of being on the block and just being out there. So from like 4 or 5 up until I want to say like 13, 14, like I ate, slept, and shat baseball. So like spring season, baseball, summer ball, fall ball, winter clinics. You know what I'm saying? So like I was heavily into it to the point like I wanted to be pro, but like just I didn't have good work ethic at that time. A lot of it because I was just very confused about things, like in general. Like, I was always overlooked. Granted, I had game-winning catches, game-winning strikeouts, game-winning hits. Like, I've been that dude to come through in a few games throughout my career. But it's like high school, you know, when you get to high school, it's a whole different thing.
Right.
And then to transition into high school, I wasn't able to do it mentally.
Interesting.
And by not being able to do it mentally, it affected me physically, because that's your puberty years. So that's the years that you grow, or your strength would increase the most. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, and especially if you want to be a professional athlete, that's the years that any type of professional league is looking into you to recruit you for the future. So it's like I'm mentally not even ready for that. On top of that, just dealing with the regular pressures and everything, it didn't sit well with me. So I quit, I think, junior year, and then I came back senior year, but they didn't want to bring me back because they was like, oh, you already quit on us. So it was like my whole drive for ball was gone. And then coincidentally, now I have a drive to like really want to do it. So I'm considering like really like training, getting back into it to a minor league trial. I've stopped been training already for like 3 months now.
No, okay, pause.
Because, you know, you never know what could happen, you know?
Yeah, you know, I know a special someone who, in her early 40s, late 30s, decided to get into roller derby, right? And a bit intimidated, but, you know, she got the work in. And you totally went left with this. You caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting to hear this, so I'm going to go there, right? I see a connection between the drive of you wanting to excel in the sports and in the hustle that you are in what you do, because you never stop. It's the same thing.
It's transition.
So
adaptation.
Exactly. Where does this come from? Where's this focus come from?
It's very difficult. It's very difficult, especially dealing with wearing multiple hats. Just family man, like having kids, wife, like the struggles in there alone, and then just dealing with the up and coming artistry, struggles in there. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with merchandising, struggles in there. You know, it's competition everywhere. In baseball, when I wasn't doing push-ups, there was someone else doing 20. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you think about that.
On it, please.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here doing 1 lap, someone's doing 4. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about in high school. So now that I'm older and I understand things, like, it's conditioning, being able to condition your body, understanding your strengths, your weaknesses. What are you good at? Being realistic. Like, that's the biggest thing in my opinion.
And that's why, from a bird's eye view, you know, from what I known you, from the moment I met you till now, you've never stopped. You've never stopped.
A lot of it is because I still deal with disappointment,
of course,
as everyone else.
Yeah.
A lot of it is because I've invested so much.
Yeah.
Time, money, effort, thinking, so much, and it's like, dude, I really want to just throw that shit all away.
Yeah.
So like, it gets emotional talking about it, just because, like, just me going what I've gone through, like, I can only imagine people who got it worse. So in that sense, you gotta, like, be grateful.
Yeah, and you know, I've had conversations. You know, shout out to Mo, shout out to Young Boss Media. That's who we working with. We say that this journey to entrepreneurship, you know, that's why they say the spirit of entrepreneurship. There's something that pushes us. Like, I wanna hear where I'm going with this, because we just went through 2020, right? Like, hold up, hear me. We just went through 2020. We're now in 2021, right? And I feel that one of the biggest ways we connect with the divine is when we step it the hell up when people don't. You get what I'm saying? That's how you're gonna survive this game.
I agree, but I also disagree.
Okay, why?
Because let's use love as an example. Love is a reason for people to step it up.
Okay.
Right? Whether it's in a relationship, social love, respect love.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Love is different aspects. You know what I'm saying? Not just in a like intimacy. Like, there's a whole bunch of ways you can describe love or picture love, right?
They say the 4 love languages. There's
right?
different ways. Facts.
Doesn't love get you killed?
Super facts, yo. A thin line between love and hate. That movie, you seen that joint, yo?
Doesn't love get you killed? You know what I'm saying? Think about it as, you know, 2020. What if hypothetically it went all to shit and it was riots nonstop. I mean, granted, there was riots, but it was like civil riots. It was not like man against man riot.
Right.
Not like the world is ending, The Walking Dead, every man for themselves. Like, nah. We have not been exposed to that as of yet. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's up and there's a coin toss right now because it's all perspective based. So, if you're in that type of situation, you love your family. You know, I love my kids. You know, I love my wife. Love my mom. Love my dad. Love my, my fam. I want to make sure everybody's safe. But then taking that initiative to make sure everybody's safe puts me in jeopardy. And if I'm not there to be that protector, who else would be?
I feel like that's why the hustle and the drive doesn't stop for you.
No, of course.
And one of the ways, one of the ways you've been doing that and staying true to it, and that's why you continue to thrive and evolve, in my eyes, is hip hop.
I could agree because I've gone through so much stunts where I'm just like, I still want to do this shit.
I've had them combos. I know. I know.
I still want to do this. Like, is this what I really want to do? And it's like I will put other priorities ahead of my artistry. And it's like you tend to, since it's about me, I would tend to forget how much of an impact my music has, not only on me, but on just the average person who's heard my music. I wouldn't have known that until people who I don't know just randomly be like, yo, that song's fire.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that shit touched me so much, I listen to that shit every morning. Someone else random, another song I don't even like.
Right? For you, like, but it's not for you, though.
I listen to it, but that's the thing, though. I do music for me.
I know.
I do it for me.
But
at the end of the day, I don't do it for the people.
But this is where I'm going to go because you keep going left with me, too. So I'm going to go left with you. Right now, right? Because this is what I'm talking about. Right here, family. Hold up. So, when I met you, now we're going to go full circle. When I met you, you were working with an organization called Books for Beats.
Yes.
Okay. Can you talk to us about what was that? Or is that?
Well, I'm no longer affiliated with Books for Beats. I'm not too sure if the program is still running, but I believe there's also another program called Regeneration X, which is like
a derivative of it?
Kinda, yeah, like a subsidiary.
Okay.
To Books for Beats with a rebrand.
Okay.
Maybe, you know.
Okay.
You could pinpoint it in a few different ways, just depending on how you're looking at it. But ideally, it's is or was, I'm not too sure, a program that basically gives incentives to the youth between the ages of 7 to 20.
Okay.
20, I believe, if he was still in high school. If he was in college, it was a no-go. But still in high school, because we still wanted to give opportunity to people, students within that generation or that age bracket or learning curve, whatever way you want to describe it. So you read a book, you get a beat. Read another, right? You gotta do your report, just like But like we had teachers on board, like, you know, we've read books. I've barely read books, but you know, I had other people who would read them and do the reports. But like, so it's like, it's not like you could go to Cliff Notes or like whatever, these books for dummies or whatever, and actually just get a skim and be able to, like, you would be asked questions that you would have had to read the book in order to know what the answer was. So bring the report, boom. They write their verse, song, whatever. You read another book, studio time. You read another book, music video. Read another book, like, we're pushing it.
Right.
So like, the more the student strives into gaining more intelligence or knowledge, the more we will provide them with services that could help them in areas that they like.
And the reason I'm asking you to extrapolate what that organization was, because that was my introduction to you. But at the same time, it continues to be how I see you.
Yeah.
Your wife and what you do, yo. You've always been someone of community and service, man. Where is this coming from? Where is this directly and indirectly?
I don't want to be a role model anymore.
No, you know, hey, you know what? That honestly, yo, big up to you right now, because that's a sign of wisdom. I don't want to be one either. You know what I'm saying? It's that whole like, do as I say, not as I do situation, you know, or reverse. But I'm saying this. It's hard to be of service when you're on the grind, because how can you be of the people if you're broke yourself and trying to figure it out?
Well, that's the first aspect.
Yeah. So the reason I'm saying that is, and that's not what I'm saying you are or me or no one.
No, of course.
What I'm saying is that there is a level to you that I see that is about community, you know. Yeah. And the reason I'm saying that is because that's hip hop. That's the Bronx, Yonkers, the city. That's part of the DNA that makes us do what we do.
Yeah.
And I see that manifest in you through your music, your art, being a father, an MC, you know what I'm saying? Talk to us about the brand, the stuff that you're working on, you know, because there's so many elements to you, yo, and facets, right?
Yeah, so if I just turn my hat backwards, I'm not wearing I'll be messing around, so when I turn my hat backwards, it's usually when I'm performing. So like, I'll be like, let me get into character, and I just turn my hat backwards, then I start spitting.
So we've never done this. Can you spit something real quick, bro? Can we even?
I got you.
Oh no, this is the first time, yo.
Hold on, let me think.
Hold up.
I feel different, but still in the same class. Born broke, trying to pass, ain't trying to die with nothing. I'm gonna get my assets up. Real success, put your glasses up. I ain't like these other rappers with their asses up. I could see it, but I ain't playing pin the tail on the donkey. I feel hate while returning with love. I feel love, I return with a plate and a few blunts. I'm making moves so I get me a full cup. Handmade, you can see that I got it from Dead Dan. My authentic flow, keep it nothing but 100. I don't need to say more. Keep it any less, I don't need to say more. This the last of the real, I don't need to say more, but I will. I'ma talk my shit, wordsmith, so you know I'ma walk that shit, pack it up, Aaron Rodgers, I'ma toss that shit, touchdown, cause you know I had a mustache.
Ooh.
I don't need to force that. All natural when I source that. The fake friends, glad I lost that. My mind, consequences when you cross that.
Ooh.
See how lucky I'm a family man. If I had nothing, then it's Yosemite Sam and start blasting like Pac and Juice. I had to learn the hard way that the real crooks is rocking suits.
Ooh. Okay, hold up. That's enough. So, This is what I'm talking about, family. All right. So we're going back. We got the bars, we got the clothing line, but what's coming out of your show? What you got sharing?
Alright, so I brought a couple of things. I brought a $2 bill.
Oh.
This is kind of like my good luck charm. So the first time I received the I have 5 now. So the first time somebody gave me a $2 bill, they was like, yo, don't spend it. Keep it for good luck. And I was like, alright. So I just folded it up, same way, threw it in my wallet. I never spent it. But like, I guess the way that it affected my psyche was, for some reason, something always positive happened. Around the $2 bill. So when I like just analyze the things that happen, if I'm not mistaken, when I received that $2 bill, we started an LLC a few months later, and we applied for a loan, and we got approved for a loan for 10G. Then randomly, I want to say a couple months later, I received the $2 bill. Somebody paid me with a $2 bill, and I was like, all right. Put it with the other $2 bill. We got our first like big embroidery order. I want to say like weeks later.
Yeah.
It was like 100 hats, and that was like the first big order. And then I received another $2 bill from a store. And then a couple of months later, somebody bought $1,500 worth of clothing from me to put in their store.
Wow.
So right now, if you go to Nature's Boutique, 138th, in Mount Haven, you could definitely catch some of the Deadass merch. We got Amigos hats there, a few stuff. Definitely go catch the Killer Camp Co. upscale kids clothing. So like, you know what I'm saying? And then just recently, somebody paid me two $2 bills.
What?
They gave me two $2 bills. So I had the 5. So I gave you 1, and now I have the 4 left. So that's like a good luck charm, at least how I see it. You know, someone has a lucky rock or a lucky hat, a lucky pair of drawers. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is the drawers I always get buns with. Like, I'm wearing these.
Lucky draws.
Right? I'm wearing these tonight at the club.
Yeah.
Same concept. Like that $2 bill for me, psychologically, was something for me to know that something was happening.
Yo, you know what's crazy? As we always do, we wrap up with a quote. But before we do that, where can people find you?
You can find me everywhere at Rxb Rxman. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm all over. You could hit Google Rxb Rxman. It'll direct you to whichever platform you choose.
Word. Yeah.
You could go to my website at imaginelarge.com. You could definitely find a limited selection of some of the merch. Some merch that we've had before is discontinued because we're doing things a little bit more exclusively. So you can't just get what you want when you want it. This is my brand.
Word.
You get what I want when I let you.
Hey, speak that boss entrepreneurship language, because it's a journey and it's hard. You know what I mean? And shout out to you, my brother, because you help. Shout out to everyone that's gotten to know that shelf, masks and shirts, because this brother was part of it. So if you're looking to get your merch branded and get that working, holla at my brother. I'm so proud of you, my brother. You have no idea.
Thank you for having me.
I'm humble. And as we always do, we close with a quote. And everything you mentioned, see how God works, man. See how, I got to remember to always shout out to God, And this is why. This quote speaks to exactly what you just said, my friend. Okay? And it's anonymous. And it reads as such. The moment you're ready to quit is usually the moment right before a miracle happens.
On my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle, got my motor up. Hit me when you know what's up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle, got my motor up. Hit me when you know what's up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. My haters be the ones who used to show me love. Drowning when you see them cause they only sub. Ride the waves to see the days when I land. If do or die, it's you or I, so I am. Do with me, cause soon a ball worth $5 grand. Put the work, become a king like I man. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle, got my motor up. Hit me when you know what's up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle, got my motor up. Hit me when you know what's up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. Shooting, but you missing, you should host a rub. Wishing I ain't make it, are you brave enough to sober up? Making moves till I come up. Sun down to the sun up. What's down, no, I'm one up. Fun down, so my fun's up. Buzz down, get my buzz up. Run, shaking my lungs up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle, got my motor up. Hit me when you know what's up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle, got my motor up. Hit me when you know what's up. Talking shit cause they see I'm popping off. Talking shit cause they see I'm popping off. Earn my stripes, hustle is my state of